Welcome back to Rhythm Guitar Book 3. This book takes a deep dive into all sorts of movable chord shapes. We're on page 45. In this lesson we have two more exercises that combine the movable E7 and C7 shapes. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 3 that you can read from and write in, plus you can help support a music teacher, so I'll leave a link in the description. On top of page 45, we have number R70, an E7 and C7 shape etude. As you can see, there are no position markings, there's no string indications telling you what string to play your root note on. That's up to you to decide. And because we're playing two different types of shapes, E7 shapes and C7 shapes, you may come up with different choices and different solutions than I did. I'll just go over what I decided on. Now, one of your overall goals is to try to play these chords within the same general area as each other. We begin with a B-flat 7, so we need to find a B-flat root note on string 5 or 6. There's a B-flat on the 6th string, 6th fret, right in the middle of the fretboard, and there's another B-flat right here at the 1st fret. However, we're using a C7 shape because we're just kind of sticking to that shape, so we're not going to be able to play that. That B-flat would have to be way up at the 13th fret, and for that reason I like to stay in the middle of the fretboard. We're going to start off with that B-flat on the 6th string, 6th fret. Because the root note is on the 6th string, that will be with the E7 shape. Then we have an E-flat 7. From this B-flat 7 we want to find the closest E-flat for our root note, and we have one right there at the 6th fret on the 5th string. So that will be with a C7 type shape. Remember, the 3rd finger goes on that root for this shape. And also remember to mute the 1st string. If you don't mute the 1st string, you're going to get some nasty sounding chords. So mute that 1st string with your 1st finger. Just flatten your 1st finger out a little bit. Then we need to find an F for our root note. For an F7, there's a very close F. F is always going to be 2 frets higher than E flat, so we can just move that same C7 type shape we were playing for the E flat, move it up 2 frets. So now our root note is there at the 8th fret for that F. Next line, same B flat 7 as before. And then we need to find a nice close A flat after that B flat 7. And we have one 2 frets lower. That will be the same shape because it's on the root note's on the same string. And then a D flat 7, we need to find a close root note. The closest one is also at the 4th fret. That's on the 5th string, so we're going to put our 3rd finger on the root for that C7 shape. And then a B flat 7 again, we're just going to return to that same one. 3rd line is the same as the 1st line, so B flat 7, E flat 7, F7, same way. And then the 4th line, back to that B flat 7, back to the same A flat 7 with the E7 shape at the 4th fret, and back to that B flat 7. Before you play through the exercise, I do recommend just playing through each chord one at a time. Practice moving from one to the next so you get used to finding them and playing them. Once you're comfortable doing that, go ahead and play the exercise at a nice moderate speed with an easy strumming pattern. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. At the bottom of page 45, we have number R71, another E7 and C7 shapes etude, so we're going to stick to just those two shapes, the E7 shape and the C7 shape. As with the exercise we just did, there are no fret markers, no string indications. You can figure out where you want to play these chords for yourself. And we'll go over my solutions. You may come up with some different choices. Again, the goal is to try to keep all the chords in the same general area of the neck. We begin with an E flat 7, so we need to find an E flat root note on either string 5 or 6. Here's an E flat on string 5, fret 6, right in the middle of the fretboard. And we have a 6th string E flat up at the 11th fret. That's going to be a little uncomfortable, so I'm going to start in the middle of the fretboard with my root note on that E flat. Now, our 5th string shape for this one is going to be the C7. 3rd finger is going to go on that root note. From there, we need to find a nice close D flat root note for a D flat 7. That's simply going to be 2 frets lower than the E flat. So same shape, C7 shape, just move down, so now your 3rd finger is playing the root on the 4th fret. From there, we need to find a close A flat root note for our A flat 7, and here we have one on the 4th fret of the 6th string. That will be the E7 shape. And then we can return to that same E flat 7 we played at the beginning of the line. Next line, still E flat 7, same D flat 7, and now we have a B flat 7. Now there is a B flat right here at the 1st fret on the 5th string. However, we're confining ourselves to the E7 and C7 shapes. We're not going to be able to use either one of those. So the closest B flat is on the 6th fret 6th string. That will be the E7 shape. Next line, same as the first line, E flat 7, D flat 7, A flat 7, and E flat 7. 4th line, all the same chords here. A flat 7 as we played before, D flat 7 as we played before, slide up 2 frets to get to your E flat 7. Once you're comfortable finding and playing those chords, go ahead and play through the exercise. As always, a nice slow pace with an easy strumming pattern. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your assignment is to practice the exercises on page 45 and continue memorizing the notes on strings 5 and 6 if you need to. Don't forget to order your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 3. The link is in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you on page 46. We're going to begin combining all the types of chords you've learned so far: movable major, minor, and dominant 7 shapes.